Hey guys, Habigo here, back for another video, and this time I'm going to be opening some of the newest set from WIXOSS, which is the Curiosity Diva. And then later on in the video, we are going to open one of these. Now this is Weiss Swartz, not WIXOSS, but I got some of them anyways, so I figure I might as well throw that in the video as well. And I'm once again joined by Mr. Decu.
Yeah, so Decu, it's here. I'm here. And I know what that is. That's Hololive. That strange new Japanese thing, right?
Sure is. Strange new Japanese thing.
I know what that is.
There's probably this accursed glare on the camera.
It's fine. It's fine. The glare's fine. It shows
It's like a
people that they're new.
flashbang, you know.
Uh,
I suppose. It's no
well, all
time
right.
like the present.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I should mention, if anybody who's completely new to the channel has no idea what WIXOSS is, definitely should watch my last video where I talked quite at length about the basics of the game and kind of how to play it. Just because otherwise it might be a little confusing.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. We made a video about that. It's in the channel, so if you're interested. Oh yeah. So Hebs, you want to talk about how much you paid for these uh, paper squares? There's like these luxury paper rectangles.
The luxury cardboard rectangles, yes.
Yeah. How much did you pay for them? And where did you get them?
Well, um, so most of the time you can buy them off a TCG player, and they usually are in the realm of about $60 for a booster box. This one,
Sixty
these,
dollars US.
yes,
Okay.
these I bought from a more specific website that they were 40 a box.
What was the shipping like?
The shipping for both of them was free.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great to hear.
There was some sales tax, but
Uh,
it's like state by state basis,
yeah, of course.
and it actually arrived faster than I thought it was going to, so that's good too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna set this off to the side because
All
we're
right.
gonna need
Yeah.
that
Let's
later.
let's let's, let's save that for dessert. Get into the vegetables.
All right,
I have
so
no idea what the characters are. They look cute. The crony look-alike on the center.
the crony look-alike, huh?
And the Marisa one at the
That one's a
the
little more
left.
understandable, yeah.
Marisa. The other one looks like God. Not. I don't know many purple-haired characters in Twin Tails.
Well, she's a
Ah,
token.
the Kagami from Lucky Star.
Okay. But she's a very token lolly character, and I believe she even
Ah, I
has
see.
the Rondo Seru. So
Ah, okay, that's always a cultured choice. Anyway,
right.
let's get to opening. How many as a complete newbie at this, I have no idea how many cards are there because my only experience with those kinds of boxes are like with Magic.
Right.
So I'm guessing there's like kind of like 100 cards in there, probably.
Well, the box says there's 20 packs, and there's 8 cards in each pack.
Mm,
So
so I guess 160, I guess 160 cards. Think so.
yeah, that sounds about right.
All right.
My math is not my strong suit, but I believe you.
Mine need it's math is neither. So yeah.
So just like Mr. Rudy from a completely unrelated channel, I have my opener tool.
All right. Get it open.
I'm not like those barbarians that tear open the booster packs and potentially I don't know. I always
Damaging
feel
the
like
cards.
damaging cards doing that, but it's fine. I like to cut open the packs on the top.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a prudent way to go. You know, I've been watching a lot of like Magic the Gathering videos since like I've never been like super into the game
Mm-hmm.
like after high school, so I'm just catching up on what's been happening, and I found out that like card warping is a huge issue
Yeah,
in Magic. Card warping.
well, it happens with most cards, especially a foil.
Yeah, because of the foil coating kind of like warps the cards over time, or even if you like sleeve them or
So
something.
I remember reading about this because it's definitely a problem that some of my cards have, and it's entirely your environment, like how
Mm,
humid or dry the air is and stuff. And
I suppose.
the reason that it happens is because when they print a card, there's multiple layers,
Oh yeah.
and the foiling layer is a different material than the cardboard or whatever that it's printed on.
Hmm.
So when temperature, stretches or shrinks the material, it uh, it's
It,
warps in a different way than that, like the base material, like the foil, like kind of, expands or shrinks in a different. Uh,
different rate, I would say. I guess.
yeah. So it looks like these are from the first print run, thankfully. So I do get the box topper promos. So I guess we will open those first.
So just really quick, what are the chances of us getting some high quality rares from these packs?
So are you talking like secret rare or like something
Well,
better?
generally,
Uh, well, as I mentioned towards the end of the first video,
which you will link in the corner and in the
or in
description.
yeah, in the description. So the general rares for foil versions of commons, rares, and Lyrig cards are. I mean, you pretty much are guaranteed a foil in every pack in the last card slot.
In every booster pack or in every
Yes, in
box?
every booster pack.
Oh wow, that's a good deal.
Um, you could have a chance of getting super rares, and there are also piece cards, which are also only in the rare slots,
Hmm.
the foil slots, whatever you want to call it. One pack in every box is guaranteed to have a secret rare or higher. So by higher, I would mean the Diva rare because that's the only thing higher than the secret rares, at least in these sets. The next set they actually are going to change back to the old style that they did, which has just, I guess, alt versions of a lot of cards in the set. So I already scissored this open. So
All
let's
right.
see. I've already seen some of the special promos. So these
Okay.
are
Oh,
these
that's what
cards.
the one with the felt covering on it.
Right. So these are interesting because they have this felt layering kind of glued to the surface of the card. The other thing that is very noticeable about these is that they have a very distinctive floral scent to them.
Yeah.
I think it's intentional as kind of like a scratch and sniff sort of thing,
Yeah.
but so we're gonna
All right.
set that up there, and we'll get
Starting out
our.
starting off right here.
So I need to remember to actually put them in the camera view.
Yeah, show yourself cutting open your investments.
Hmm. just gonna chuck the packs down here.
All right.
So you see, like, just talking about the card, like, it just happens, right? It's just like, you know,
It's a thing. I mean,
humidity and stuff.
it's unless they start making the cards out of like metal or something,
Well,
they're gonna have.
that's why, like, the Force of Will cards are kind of interesting with the way that they make them, like, in plastic, is because I think you would kind of avoid that issue more so.
Yeah, if it's of a stiffer material, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it doesn't feel the same, I guess.
Well, there's your
Yeah,
artist.
yeah. Guy does a lot of work.
He's
See
on,
his
like,
work
every
almost
set,
everywhere.
even in the Japanese ones. So we have the rig card kind of wedged in here. On that, let me actually move the box out of the frame here so I have more room to put cards down. I usually like to pile them by rarity, so I have the commons, rares, the rigs, and then I'll do super rare, and then anything higher will, like piece rares and stuff, I'll probably put down there.
All right.
So now we have a couple rare. Another little rig, and it looks like we've got a foil common.
It's a common foil.
Yeah. But it's one of my favorite types of Signy, which are the angel ones.
I see.
There's something else about the foil cards that I forgot to mention in that video. They actually do the foil commons and rares as full art, as opposed to, you know, limited into the frame.
Borders, yeah. I see it. Looks pretty cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, pack number 2.
Make sure that
Let's get that Black Lotus.
Yeah, we don't want to even start talking about Black Lotus with the 30th anniversary going on.
Oh yeah, that's a can of worms. But if you want Hebico to talk about 30th anniversary of Magic, just put your vote in the comments, so we can talk about.
Unfortunately,
we can turn this into the commentary channel about Magic, even if we're not doing anything about Magic. We don't buy any Magic cards here.
Unfortunately, you need to be probably funding me quite extraordinary amounts of money in order for me to even consider that, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can always just talk about it. Talk about our opinions on it. It don't have to be like.
Speaking of math.
Completely. Math drill. Blessed wisdom.
So
it's a bit of a strange piece of art.
So one of the things I do want to talk about in a future video are there are different classes that Signy have. This one is a Wisdom one, which in the Diva sets we have so far, there aren't actually that many Wisdom cards yet. In the older Japanese sets, in the other formats, there are a bunch more, and each kind of class, they behave a little differently. Like, the abilities tend to kind of fall under certain flavors. And we've got a foil rare, which is a spell card. Sorry if my hands are a little jittery right now, so I haven't eaten anything for dinner yet.
Oh.
So
I probably should get fed for doing a video.
Yeah, probably after we do the recording.
Okay.
again.
Another one. William Tell. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The brave classes are very typically famous people in history and or mythology. So.
Turned into cute girls. I see.
Right. They're given the fate treatment.
Huh?
Or you had, like demons and. It's kind of
It's
hard to
Maho
see, but.
Maho. It's the girl from the box cover.
Yes. Since that is the rig team that they introduced in this set. Okay. And, well, there's a perfect example of full art versus not. Another foil common. I'm going down the left side of the box stack because I find that you hit the secret rares faster on that side. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it's very consistent so far.
I'll take your word for it then. That's pack number 3?
Number 4.
Oh, number 4. Okay. Off by 1. Okay. See them.
Okay. I just gotta love some of this art, man.
Yeah.
The art and the cute girls. Or
Excuse me.
or Keith Bate.
Keith Bate, yeah.
Too bad Keith wasn't able to join us when we did the beginner video, but perhaps he will be able to appear in a future video one day.
One day.
Okay. I kind of angle it so it's not gleaming in the glare. So there's
what's this? What do they call it? Diffuser for a light.
The what? The fuser.
Diffuser, you know.
Oh, are you talking about the light? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the card. I'm like, what do you
No,
mean?
no. A diffuser for the card now. It's for your light.
Yeah. And now we've got a piece rare.
Oh, that looks good. That's what card is it? What does it do?
Oh. Well, playing this, it has no cost, and you get an ability for the duration of the game where your opponent cannot guard against your center Larig attack unless they pay 1 colorless energy or discard a card from their hand.
Nice.
I guess I'll put those down here.
So that's the rarest card we've got so far.
Yep. I'm actually
Alright.
kind of surprised we haven't hit any super rares yet, but that's kind of how it goes.
Okay. Pack number 5.
Yep. After this pack, I'll probably go a little faster through the lower rarities because you're going to start seeing dupes quite often.
Yeah, we're gonna see
Honestly,
dupes.
that's probably the only thing I think is unfortunate about WIXOSS sets is that they don't have a huge amount of cards, unlike Magic sets. There's usually only around 100 cards in a set.
So you definitely get a lot of dupes.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Well,
it's nice if you're really trying to build decks because you need, 4 most cards anyway. Oh, speaking of, and super rare will appear.
Oh. Is that our Black Lotus?
Not quite. I was missing this card from my set though, so I'm
Oh, nice.
to see it.
That's a great one.
I'm going to
Talk about.
sleeve that. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh shit. Let's talk about that card later then. Show
Oh,
them off.
I
Yeah, he's
mean,
cracking. He's sleeving it now, guys.
if you wanna talk about it, we can. But
So how good is this card?
well, it uses the rise mechanic, which means that you have to place it on top of a Signy that's already on your field. Usually it specifies a type of Signy, but this one is any. And it has the ability of, I'm trying to like, I'm fighting the glare and the foiling to read it. It has a constant ability where when it's your opponent's turn, it gets shadow, which means it can't be targeted by your opponent's Signy or abilities. So that's pretty good. And then it has an auto ability, which is during your opponent's attack phase, you can choose one of your opponent's Signy, and it gets a constant that it can't attack unless the opponent pays one colorless until end of turn.
Yeah, look at that illustration. That looks great.
She's pretty sexy.
Very yeah, very attractive figure. The art's always good, and I'm a bit surprised that the foiling isn't too exciting, but it adds something to the card.
I mean, you know,
It's like random shapes. I wanted it to be like a bit more themed to the illustration, but I guess
yeah. I think it's a little unavoidable, but I don't have super fancy, expensive like YouTuber light setups or anything like that. Considering I'm just recording with my cell phone. The microphone I have is really the only thing that's actually fancy. Oops, I forgot to open that on camera. I'm gonna probably do that a lot. I'll clean up my piles as we go. Okay. We got
Oh, what's
foil
this?
common.
Well, common.
Yep. Say, I think the Atom class cards with their elements and chemical compounds are interesting. This video is going to be full of crinkling noises with these booster packs.
Yeah, shall we get an ASMR mic so people can really get the experience of unpacking booster packs?
Yeah,
Alright.
the full crinkles.
Crinkle.
Okay, well now we're getting into cursed things. Let's not talk about crinkling anymore.
Of course.
Well, there's the secret.
Oh, secret rare, almost. Editor, can you please edit the pro gamer horns? And look, mom, get the camera lines all over the screen because we got the secret rare.
Well, I mean, I am the editor, so
Yeah.
And
Okay, so talk about that card. Let's see let's see it up close. What does it do?
I gotta sleeve it first.
All right. After getting your fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
Definitely knocked it down a couple of numbers in the grading scale.
It's definitely well played at this point,
Because you breathed on it.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so what does it do?
Well, it's just it's a level 2 center.
It's a level 2 card, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't have any specific abilities, but
yeah, but I like the texturing of the card. It looks great. Illustration's
Yep.
nice too, as always.
So,
That's the first. That's the only secret rare we're gonna get, or do you think we'll get
I
more?
mean, every box I've ever opened, there's only ever been one, and never
Oh,
alongside anything better. So, yeah, pretty much. That means I'm just gonna. The rest are gonna be foil, common, rare, rigs, and super rares.
so no more surprises after this one.
I mean, you never know.
You never know.
There are technically another rarity of card that I didn't talk about, but they're so rare that it's almost like I've never seen one.
This the super black lotus. I see.
Yeah, there are there are question mark cards which are kind of just really special level 0 rigs that you can get. Those cards are very expensive. If you actually want to purchase one, you're probably
How
looking at
much?
I've seen some easily like over 1,000.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's how rare they are. I really
Oh,
like this artwork.
well, I hope we get one of them in this pack then. Fingers crossed.
I mean, I don't know how they place them in boxes, so that's why I say you never know. But
Yeah, you never know. Right. But yeah, that one was pretty cute.
so Caesar.
You know what would be great? Like if they would take these like anime girl illustrations and then like have them like something specific happening to the girls. You know, like in Magic, you see when you see like the heroes or the creature undergoing a specific scenario or whatever, not just like, oh, look at me, I'm the subject of this card,
Mm-hmm. You mean
you
like in the
know?
middle of combat or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, or like in that it's more yeah, something like that. But I guess it doesn't really lend itself to that because,
I kind of feel like that's more along the lines of what they try to do with like the piece cards.
yeah.
The illustrations at least kind of give me that impression. So, oh guys, we found Bigfoot.
Oh, I found Bigfoot.
It was a cute anime girl this time.
Oh, but yeah, but she doesn't even have bare feet. It's a disappointment. Gonna make an Bigfoot anime character. Gotta have bare feet.
This card. Considering that this Lurig character has um, an assist, I think assist level like 1 or 2. That's basically titled the Gabolg, or however you're supposed to pronounce it properly.
Okay.
It's I think this is a spell card that like kind of assists alongside of it, but it's a rare. I know my piles.
Okay.
And then I full
All right.
common.
Alright, full common.
Okay, so we're heading last pack on the left side of the box.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like for getting things like the question mark rarities, I mean, you gotta be looking in the realm of, opening cases. So many boxes of cards to really realistically see those. Just being really lucky otherwise, but it's the Hamelin step.
Never know. Maybe our stars are right.
And foil common of the treadmill.
It's a treadmill girl.
Yes. All of the electronics signies are like some sort of an electronic device or something
Yeah, but
related.
I guess it's a bit strange.
Yeah, there's some that are a bit strange.
Yeah, it's my treadmill is a girl. I walk all over her.
You know, they like the personifying inanimate objects and stuff. I mean, you have entire games of personifying, you know, naval ships or tanks.
Yeah,
or...
yeah, I get that. Still, it's like you
But
never think about that kind of thing.
it's definitely not something that I guess you would classify as like, you know, oh, this is like a super, you know, badass kind of thing. So we got a rig foil. That's the I think that's the
Marisa look-alike.
The cover illustration of her.
Yeah.
So. Sometimes it's hard to tell where where my camera view is here, but I get used to it eventually. It's always good to have these, as I mentioned. Now the Caesar and a foil common. I have to say, this box has been a little anemic on the super rares. We've only gotten one. Very unusual. Unless they've decided to put them all on like the bottom packs on the right side here.
Streamers. We gotta save the last pack for last. The one with the major goodies for the last. So like that the end of the video.
Yeah, we got one here.
We get a big pop.
A big pop. Oops. Yeah, super rare. Gaia.
Super rare. Go.
So I guess whenever we get the SRs, unless it's a dupe that we've already gotten, I can probably talk about the card. So this one just has 3 auto abilities. At the beginning of your attack phase, if you have 3 or more Angel Signy on your field, you can enter charge 1. At the end of your turn, you can add up to 1 Angel Signy from your enter zone to your hand. And then at end of your turn, you can pay 2 colorless. And if you do, put a target angel from your trash into your field. But if it has any enter abilities, they do not activate. That's, I think, a common theme with the enter abilities when it comes to any abilities like this where it's placed on your field from outside of your hand, whether it's your trash or the enter zone, is they tend to prevent you from kind of like, I guess, doing some really crazy overpowered shenanigans with enter abilities on cards, because you're usually only supposed to, you know, have those available once, but you could technically set up some kind of a card combination where you're sending Signy to your trash and then bringing them back with another ability and just constantly looping the enter ability. So I guess they do that to prevent you from doing that. Yep, there's another SR. I think this is another one that I was missing. So this one has a single ability. At the beginning of your attack phase, you can reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and put them on the bottom of your deck in a random order. And then you can pay 6 of any color, decrease this cost by 1 for every level 1 Signy revealed when you're doing the first part. And if you do, vanish a target Signy on your opponent's field with power 12,000 or less. An interesting card. I guess you'd probably have to have quite a few level 1 Signy in your hand. Or in your hand, in your library or your deck, I mean.
Ability doesn't seem to be a bit too useful. Like, yeah, you can peek at the 5 top cards at your library, I think, and then put them at the bottom.
Yeah, you have to put them on the bottom.
Yeah, so you're only going to be able to use them when the game stretches out to the point where you're like tapping out your entire library. So that's not too useful. I don't know. I guess if you're just trying to like cycle through your deck.
I always like this art too.
Really.
Yes, it's my favorite Larig team is an Ancient Surprise.
The Ancient Surprise. A 0 card, okay.
And we got a foil rare of a chameleon with specific assets.
Yes.
And by that I of course mean the diamond that she's holding.
Oh, you thought you were going about her tongue.
I mean, I guess if you're into that, right? Sure, there's a very specific My Hero Academia character that people think about with that. So. Rare. Must be where all the super rares have gone. They're turned into piece rares. This very odd card name of A Dance and the Lance. Okay, we've got 3 packs left. So you got a Decu. I'm gonna request that you do a little tribal rain dance to bless these last 3 packs in the hopes that we get something abnormally good.
You know.
I don't think that's too much to ask, right?
No, I'm dancing right now. Dancing for the rain to come.
This is such a great card to come out of this set. I just want to talk about this card very quickly.
Sure. Besides the great character art.
Oh, yes, it is my top favorite character. She is also part of Ancient Surprise, after all.
All right.
So she has the ability of. So most of Umaru's ability revolves around being able to reposition Signy on your field. So her auto ability is kind of typical for her.
Okay.
But her action ability is pretty interesting. She has once per game for no cost, you can put a Hostilic on one of your opponent's Signy zones. I probably butchered the heck out of that name, but I have no idea how else to pronounce that, so. Her ender ability is also pretty great too, I suppose. You can just look at your opponent's hand, and just like, yeah, you don't get to have that.
Yeah, that's good.
And we got a foil of this card, which is nice. No, don't bump the other card. Come back here. They get a little unruly when they start piling too high. The Hostilic, or however you say it, is an interesting token. See, it's kind of like a zone denial sort of technique.
It's always a great ability.
Yes. Okay. Immediately starting out with that one again. Rare, but it looks like we got another SR in the back. Yes, is a tiger. I showed this card on screen in my beginner video because it was an example of card that has some of the keywords I was talking about. So this card has Lancer and Shadow dash Signy with power 10k or less if it is in its awakened state, which is talked about in the auto ability. So, real quick, I already told you what Shadow does. This is like a specified version of it where it can't be targeted by Signy that have 10k or less power. And then Lancer essentially means if it vanishes a Signy on the opponent's field, it will deal a hit to the opponent's life cloth. So you get to do direct damage if you destroy an opponent's Signy. Now, Lancer is very, very typically associated with the green color, and this is a green card. It's very unusual that another color would have that ability unless it's like given to it from another green. And this is the last pack of this box. I'll probably do a future video where I talk about the keywords. I think it would probably be rather short, though, unless it's part of a longer video, because our Diva doesn't get too many of them. The older formats did have a number more, but... And looks like we've got a foil Rick. It's a foil 0, so it has her autograph, I guess.
Nice.
Well, that's cool.
Is it common or?
It's its own rarity. It shows up as L, so it's foil Lyrig rare, essentially. Because on the list here, it's listed as an L Lyrig rare in the parallel section since it's a foil. Okay, so that was
no
that box.
No epic rares.
No.
Well, next box then. Next box.
They're rare for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so now we will segue into opening this, let me clear the playmat first. Okay, so we're gonna open this. Now, of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is not WIXOSS. This is Weiss shorts, but I do like the Hololive cards because I like a number of the Hololive girls. And these are the special. I should probably mention that these are the special premium boosters that originally were given out in the convention that they ran in, I believe it was in Japan.
Cards in Japanese or English?
These is the Japanese version.
Oh, okay.
I originally bought them in the Japanese version. There is an English version, however, it would be silly for collecting to have a mix because
That is true.
I already have most of them in Japanese. So there are 6 packs with 4 cards each, and we get to cross our fingers that I don't think it lists the. So there's 3 different rarities that you have a chance of getting out of these. There's the commons, which have no foil at all and are just kind of a basic art of the character. And then you have the I think they're HLPs, which are kind of like your fancy mid-rare cards, and then there are the actual SPs that are the big bucks, really hard to get. Now, the way that they structure these packs is you're guaranteed a minimum an HLP as the 4th card. I have never gotten an SP though, so that's why I wanted to open some more of these packs. There's also some characters that I didn't get any cards of at all, so. So we start out with getting a Shion, a Kusogaki. Was her Anya? I think was her name.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
Anya.
Anya.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amatsuri. And an HLP of Watame. So I just really like the quality of the foil for these. They're really
it's a lot
nice.
more elaborate than WIXOSS.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, it looks more elaborate to me.
I suppose.
To my limited experience with.
I'd say they're on par with WIXOSS's.
I would say they're not as glossy. That's the thing.
The secret rare and stuff.
Yeah.
The other fun thing about these is they have like their follower icons in the foil as well.
Yeah, so a good start.
I'm gonna have to refresh my memory and looking at my binder to which ones I don't have HLPs of, but it's been a little bit of time since I opened the first boxes that I've gotten. Oh, well, you mentioned Crony, and well, there she is.
Crony's here. Not the best illustration of her, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Corone. Corone is always fun.
And Laplas. We got it. An HLP of Glorious Suisse.
The Suico Pass, yeah. Well, considering that there's only like only a few cards per booster pack, you might as well like display each HLT separately.
That's a good point, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll just move the commons down there. I don't know. TCG player gets on my nerves just because the market value doesn't always match what people are actually selling it for. So I understand it's probably along the lines of, you know, like an average value.
And they say.
But when you're filtering cards on TCG, you can only look at like high to low accordance to market value and not what people are listing it for. So it shows like the highest market value could possibly be a card that is being listed for high, but it could also be lower.
I guess the site doesn't update as much as it should.
Something, or just have more
Or
filtering options.
it's just like a lot of collectors often like have like fluctuating values or self-perceived value of their cards.
Yeah. Choco. The Fubuki.
Fubuki.
And
oh, a Shion.
HLP of Shion. We're getting the full Kusagaki vibes in this one.
Yeah.
I'll be sleeving the HLPs if I have not gotten a duplicate of them.
So which character are you like looking forward to getting an HLT of?
Well, I didn't even get a normal of Mume at all. So
Oh,
I
Mume.
really wanted to see Mume show up.
All right, let's see. That's our Black Lotus for this pack.
Braine, Lami,
Swami.
Polka, and Korone
Oh.
HLP.
It's a dupe?
Do
you have her already?
I believe so, yes. But nothing wrong with getting dupes. The nice thing about the Weiss Schwartz cards, too, is that, I mean, it is technically still a playable card game, and all of the cards do have abilities and stuff, but since this is a Japanese set, I would say I wouldn't probably be able to translate most of it, but starting off with a Koyori, Akiros, Flare, and HLP of Ame.
Oh, Ame. Almost Mume.
Almost.
And last pack. Last pack for this week, folks.
Yeah.
Just pray we get that Mume.
Well, who are you wanting to see, Decu?
Okayu. Okayu's one, which is my favorite in Hololive. She's the only one I'm subscribed to.
Ah. The secrets.
Well, her and Korone.
Botan. Boy. Oh, there's a normal.
Oh, Okayu, there we go. It's a normal.
And an HLP
and
Toa.
Toa. No Mume for this week.
Oh, unfortunate.
But it's a good series of prayers over there.
But definitely some good characters to pull from that.
Yeah, at least you didn't get any like dupes of the HLTs that in the pack at least.
Oh yes, that's. I feel like they actually spread these boxes pretty nicely. When I opened the first set of boxes, the first time I ever opened any of these, I think I only got one dupe of HLP, and I opened I think 5 boxes.
Oh, nice. At least there's that.
So yes, if you like Hololive characters, or you're a big VTuber simp.
Yeah.
And you don't know about these. I mean, they're pretty nice for what they are. And the boxes go for about 40 right now. I don't know how much they're gonna print them, so get them while supplies last, as they say. But anyways, that concludes this week of box opening for Curiosity Diva and the bonus Hololive premium boxes. So please make sure to tune in next time. We will open another box of both of them.
Right. Hunting for that Black Lotus.
You and your Black Lotus.
Well, you know, the Black Lotus of Weaksauce, and I suppose Way Schwartz at this point.
Yes, this is where if I actually had a Black Lotus, I would totally flex on the camera, but you know, I don't, so.
Yeah. Well, you know, we can't all be Rudy.
That's very true. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more box openings in the future. And, especially if you'd like to see more box openings in the future, please consider subscribing to my locals, which will be in the description as well.
Also, if you have any ideas you want Habico to do, like videos that are related to these luxury cardboard rectangle games of the Nipponese kind, just put them down in the comments.
Of course.
Alright.
Always open to suggestions. Alright. See you guys next time.
See you.